Good morning, driver. Today you are taking 68004 down to Daventry across the West Coast Main Line. Proceed when you are ready, driver, with a full stop on the bottom. Okay, so first thing we need to do is press H for the headlights. Go in the cab, press Shift W. Sound.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Put the reverser to forward, gear rate off, brake release. Power to notch 2. So departing Mossend, the speed limit is 5 miles an hour, and we have 91 miles to Carlisle. Yes, hi Southern Transport, hi Hmoz. So it's just taking your scenario all the way to Carlisle with this B768. Yeah, with like a half length Tesco Express. So press I to put on the instrument lights, and then we can just crawl out of Mossend. So the route we're starting over here, starting here in Mossend, going down towards Holytown, towards Law Junction, and then up the West Coast Main Line, all the way to Carlisle. And then the route just extends all the way to Preston. I'm testing all three. I'm testing part 3 of this now. Which one's part 3? Is that like Wigan to Stafford? So it's part 3 like Wigan to Stafford and the West Coast Main Line missing link. So next instruction is to go via Mossend up North Curve in about 0.4 miles. It's going to be a very slow start out of Mossend. We can crew because it's a crew for an hour. And then will part 4 be from Stafford to Crewe, then part 6. No, yeah, 3. Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 from Stafford to Rugby, and then no, Stafford to Daventry. Well, shouldn't part 1 be all the way from Mossend to Preston? Because this route goes all the way to Preston. Wouldn't it be Stafford to Daventry? Because Daventry is included on the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley. Yeah, look. We're here in Mossend, and then because it's a merged route, you can just go all the way down to Preston. Like, where's it gone? So here's Carlisle, and it goes all the way down here to Preston. Preston. The route is absolutely massive. So we can now accelerate to 30 miles an hour. yeah, give it the beans. Speed limit is now 40 miles an hour. Oh shit, it's supposed to stop. Yeah, I was meant to stop here and not go through it, so I just put the emergency brake on. Proceed to Carlisle when you are ready. Cool. You have 2 accounts. Nice. You haven't lived until you've stood next to a 68 while it's departing the station. Because it is so loud. So speed limit is going up to 65 as we go into the Upholey town line. And we have 90 miles to crew. So it's a thorough journey. Due into Carlisle at 7:30. So go on a gradient of 1 to 100. So this is a scenario by Hmoz. I put a link to it somewhere, but he just sent me the scenario file, so only him and I have a copy of the scenario. Unless Hmoz decides to put it up somewhere. This is Holytown Station. So at Holytown, the line to the left will go off towards Edinburgh. Then we carry straight on towards Wishaw and Law Junction. Yeah, it is all the way back. So yeah, I think in real life this would probably be formed of an 88. But a 68 is a good substitution. Felix towards the Courtbridge. Okay then. Yeah, so we're just holding a bunch of like Tesco containers. Yeah, I think that container train needs another container flat on the back. I just did what Moorman did and had a local brake on. Yeah, that's probably why we weren't accelerating so quickly. Speed warning of 40 miles an hour. So bring the train down to 40 miles an hour before crossing this very fragile bridge. I wonder if there's a train length button. There should be. Yeah, I guess there's no train length one. Speed limit is now 75 miles an hour. I don't know, whatever you want. See, I think this train's maximum speed is 75, even though 68 can do 100. It just might take us a while to get up to 75. Yep, phone rang. Just quickly muting my microphone. Okay, climbing up on 1 to 120. Yes, phone intensifies. I don't know who rang. Now approaching Wishaw station, line for the right joins from Shilmure and Motherwell. So next station is Wishaw. Do a quick flyby. Move. So, are we going to be looped into the up loop in Law Junction? Are we going to be waiting for something? Are we going to be waiting for something to pass, like a train from Glasgow to Manchester or London? So speed limit 75, going down to 40 as we approach Law Junction. Yes, it's a fair road grading coming out of Wishaw, 1 to 108. So gently just slow down to 40 miles an hour. I'm also going to assume the next signal is at danger until I can see it. In part 3 I have a train spotting section between Acton and Hartford. Ooh, we're going to be put in a loop. Yellow. The line from over that way comes from Hmoz Euroterminal and Glasgow, the faster route. So this is Law Junction. Also, that signal was a single yellow, so I'm going to stop at the next signal until I can see that's not displaying a danger aspect. I wonder if there's actually anything in these sightings, or if they're just disused. Signal overhead is displaying a green aspect. So we're cleared towards Carlisle. So looking at the briefing, it says we're straight to Carlisle, so we're not stopping anywhere. The briefing says 4 Mike 27 Part 1. Would it be nice to have something more informative? Yeah, I haven't driven down here in ages. Probably because it's so long. So now we are on the up West Coast Main Line towards Carlisle. Speed limit is around 95 miles an hour, even though we can only go up to 35. Take a quick screenshot. Yeah, the thing about continuing is that it always gets in the way. So the next station we'll pass through is Carlisle. So yeah, so on this part of the West Coast Main Line, we should have quite a lot of inclines. Until we get like to P6 Summit, then we just go down towards B-Tech, and then into Lockerbie, and then to Carlisle. This is Carlisle Station. Gonna get a nice screenshot. Oh, got the camera. So my current FPS is about 30-ish. Yeah, this route runs really smoothly, even when I'm streaming it. Might do a video on that Hampton Court scenario. I don't know how Waterloo will go down the low law. I think Waterloo for me is... But Waterloo for me performs really well. So I think for you, you might have to turn down your graphics settings a little. But when you get out of Clapham Junction, your performance should really increase. Yeah, I think for... Yeah, when I want to do a scenario on the PDL, when I go into Waterloo, instead of just spending hours and hours and hours just making my own scenario into Waterloo, I would just go on ATS just to find a scenario that someone else has done, because I really can't be bothered putting trains in Waterloo. So our gradient is now 1 to 130. So we should be at 75 in about a few minutes. Oh yeah, has anyone else seen The Last of Us Part 2? I watched just after Kai play the first 2 hours of it, and it looks really good. I think that's one of the last like AAA games for the PS4 before the PS5 comes out that just looks like a Wi-Fi router. I mean, if I wanted to go to London, I would probably pick like a quarantine scenario, just so scenario creation is shorter. Or if I really wanted to, I could do like Euston or Victoria. But I'm going nowhere near Waterloo. Well, as far as Clapham Junction. So gradient looks like to be leveling off a bit as we approach Carstairs. Or at least Lanark Junction, where the line to Lanark goes. So finally at 75 we can just back off the power and let the train coast down the hill. Oh, the very slight hill. But although I do have a 313 scenario for North London line. Cool. Yeah, I'm not really interested in the 313 because it's that old and they're not really in service anymore. I think the only bit they're in service is with Southern, between Brighton and the West Coast. Yeah, I think for me, if I want to do a scenario on the North London line, I would just do like an ECS or a freight scenario because I can't really be bothered just stopping and starting, stop and start every few seconds. Imagine the London Overground. Imagine the London Overground ran a service between like Stratford and Ealing Broadway, just so you can have a connection between like North London and the Great Western without having to go to Paddington. Or like if look, this is Atlantic Junction. Or like if London Overground wanted to introduce a new route between like Stratford and Ealing Broadway, so you could get a train from Willesden to Acton, main line. I wonder if Alan's streaming. He said he was going to stream yesterday, but he didn't. Oh, he is streaming. Oh, it's Interesting World. Oh, yeah, the Class 20. Yeah, I think after this I'll just go watch Alan stream where he's doing the Class 20. Yeah, I think the Class 20 is definitely the last DLC for Chasing World 2020 before they just move over to Chasing World 2. "69 miles an hour, nice." So we are now approaching Carstairs, where the line to the left will go to Edinburgh. This is Carstairs. What's the next train? What's this whole little AI? Where are the trains? Oh, they're all in Carlisle. Oh. So yeah, the route is very quiet. Oh yeah, I put reflections on. Cool. Oh yeah, I also turned up the water quality so the water doesn't look like jelly. So it's quite quiet the first part. Yeah, I would imagine those Coastal Main Line would be quiet at like 6:15 in the morning. So yeah, I don't know anyone who doesn't like the 68. Especially with how it sounds. But how do I get the camera to be on top of the exhaust? So 6 does this. Shift 2. Control 2? Alt 2. 2, 1, shift 1, 3. Wait, how do we get the camera to be up there? Three. What's this? 3. Shift 3, Alt 3. Control 3? Control Shift 3. Oh shit. That's async. Wait, I just have the manual. No, I don't, I'll close it. Flash mode on off, Control T. Oh. Yell it off. Exhaust cam. This places right hand view selects of it. Press Shift 2 and the right hand arrow key. No, it doesn't. Right, it says this replaces the right hand head out view, so to access it, press Shift 2 and then the right hand arrow key. So Shift 2 and then the right hand arrow key. You just got here. Damn you manual, you're wrong. Oh yeah, at the end of the 456 scenario I found out that the destination code for Waterloo is wrong. So I put in the code for Waterloo as it said in the manual and it actually turned out to be Shepperton. So I don't know what the code for Waterloo is on the AP456. I'll leave it, no matter. So it's 66 miles to Carlisle. It's a lot better than 90 miles. So we're here. It's up there. Next point of interest is Abington. I think the distance between Carlisle and Lockerbie is the longest distance between two stations in the UK. I think that's correct. Because all there is between Carlisle and Lockerbie are a bunch of loops. So at 75 miles an hour, just back off the power, and then just coast. Put it to notch 3. See if that holds us. See if that holds us at 25. Bouncing around all over the place. So we have this view. I can put my head out the wall. I can put my head out the wall. What's that? What's that blue light? We have one in the front. We have this one. We have this one. This one and this one. So what do we have in here? What can I press? Oh, password protected area. We have home. We have main running tools. Average speed include local stop kilometers an hour. Nothing. Average running speed 62. Total kilometers 44. Ship 9. Ooh. What's this? Pneumatics. That's a cool little screen. Oh yeah, wasn't there like a flood one there a few years ago, where the West Coast mainland had to be shut between Lockerbie and Carstairs, so you had voyages going from Carlisle to Glasgow through Dumfries. Yeah, it was very weird seeing like a Voyager in the bow platforms. Exhaust is 2 then right. It does nothing. I'm pressing right, nothing's happening. Hey Hmoz, what have you done? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just leave it. Flashing over yellow. Why are we being put into the loop? Yeah, I think your pathing needs to be checked. Put on a little dab of brake. So yeah, I think we're accidentally being put into the loop. Yeah, I think Harry needs to check his pathing on this. Check his pathing on the scenario. Max Game Over. Is that Max Jagger, but with a different name? Yo. Okay, see the signal up ahead is clear, so I'd accelerate back up to 40 miles an hour. So speed limit's going back up to 90 miles an hour, even though we can only go up to 75. I don't know why anyone would have tag factor less than 10. It's just so cool to see the smoke just billowing out the end. Can I to the horn? Yes. Hi, the game. What's going to have you this evening? Just taking the 68 from Mossend to Carlisle. Yeah, it's a forward one. We got about 56.5 miles left. Yeah, I'm fine. Just waiting to get back on the job interview I had last week. Yeah, I hate it when employers they call you to interview, then they don't call you back to if you had the. Alright, I'll speak again, but this time in English. I hate it when interviewers don't get back to you about an interview. It's annoying. So climbing up the gradient from 1 to 151. It's fairly steep. Yes, I will have all the active DVD text boxes. What else can I do in the cab? What else is there to tinker with? Yeah, I don't know what that blue light is. The GSMR is non-functional. So what's down here? We have stuff, cap heating, heat. What's down here? TPWS. I think the next point of interest is, I think it's BTEC Summit, before going down the hill into BTEC. So, where are we now? There's Abington. We're here, just winding our way through mountains. Yeah, there's BTEC Summit. Then we go down towards BTEC. How broad is this route? Let's go to my line north. This route was released in December 1st, 2011. So yeah, this route is nearly 10 years old. Yeah, it definitely looks 10 years old. Because most of the mountains hills, most of the hills in the distance look really bare. So on a level gradient, going up on a gradient of 1 to 100 again. So put the power to maximum and don't lose too much speed. Even though a steep incline shouldn't really be a problem for the beast of the Class 68. Speed warning of 90 miles an hour as we approach BTEC Summit. Do not underline with no HUD whilst recording to November 01. I don't think the North London line. Yeah, I don't think the North London line HUDless is very hard because just start and stopping, stop all the time. I mean, doing the HUDless with this is pretty hard because they don't give you a warning from what the speed limits. So you kind of have to learn the route. This is BTEC Summit. I think there should be a signpost around here saying how high we are. There it is. Peak summit, 1,016 feet above sea level. Glasgow, 52 miles from London, 349 miles. So we are 1,016 feet above sea level. So now that we're going down the hill towards BTIC, just put the power to idle, and then just use our brakes to slow down, just so we don't exceed 75 miles an hour. So yeah, the AP track pack does make the route look a lot better. It's a lot better than a default track. So going down on the gradient of 1 to 75. What is the steepest gradient on the national network? Like, what is the steepest gradient in the UK for trains? Because you've got the Lucky Incline, you've got Shap, you've got T-Bag, you have BTEC, what else you got? I think the East Coast Spin Line, the East Coast is pretty flat. Put on a little bit of brake just so we can bring our speed back down to 75. Should I stream when you are done? If you want to. When are we done? We have... yeah, about an hour. We have about an hour left. So we should be done by about 9ish. About 8:30 if we push it. Unless I just go like 100 miles an hour all the way to Carlisle. And just put a giant middle finger to the containers. I wonder what would happen if I train in real life 100 miles an hour, even though it was capped at 75. Try a little bit of dynamic brake, see if that helps. So yeah, the route is pretty well detailed. Motorway, I don't remember which one, I should have googled it. I can just Google it now. Open, okay, got to Google Maps. It's plugged me in Castleton Moor for some reason. Oh, Rochelle. Yeah, that makes sense. So find... It's in near Glasgow. Not BTEC. Oh, the A74 motorway. So we have the A74 motorway on the right. Live stream part 4 and 5 scenario creation. Cool. Yeah, thing about scenario creation is that it's better to have like commentary along with it, just so people who are watching know what you're doing. It's like watching a task speedrun. You kind of watch it and think, what the hell are you doing? Like when you have phase through a wall or something. Think what's coming off onto the up loop. So bring our speed up so we can enter the loop at a suitable speed. So I think you're flashing yellow, which means we're coming off the up main and into the up loop. You forgot to press restart. That's why the pathing is buggered. You mean save? No, train sim should save your pathing. All you do by pressing restart is just fix the signaling. The pathing isn't changed. So 40 miles left to Carlisle. Yeah, this is going really quickly. I've been streaming for an hour. So the next signal should be literally right around the corner. Interesting. Yeah, what I normally do is just in the timetable view, just follow the path down the West Coast Main Line, just to make sure that it doesn't go through loops. With just make a bunch of waypoints. Just to force the line to go the way you want it to. So this is BTEC, the bottom of the summit. So back when the West Coast Main Line was closed, Japan ran trains between, I think it was Manchester Airport and Lockerbie. Then they came up to BTEC just to turn around. Even though you could just easily just turn around in Lockerbie. So crossing back onto the up main, speed limit is 100 miles an hour. Yeah, try doing the Darth Vader or the Imperial March with just a two-tone. So 38 miles left. So we should be in Carlisle in the next 50 minutes. Oh, we might be able to do it a lot quicker because we are speed. Oh yeah, did you get that Preston to Blackpool scenario ready? Or is it going to be a while? Or maybe I could do a different video for tomorrow. There was a neutral section which doesn't really affect us because we're a diesel engine. We don't need to worry about such things. I think for tomorrow's video I could just have a quick look around ATS again, just to pick out a scenario that looks cool. And we're doing 80 miles an hour, which is a little over our restricted speed limit. Well, it's a simulator, so who cares? So 34 miles left. Yeah, think about this part of the Wisconsin main line is that there's literally nothing here. It's just fields and roads and bridges. I like routes with more like stuff to it, like stations and trains. Like my favourite part of Wisconsin main line is it's a bit between Stafford and London because the stations really close to each other and there's a very frequent service pattern, which means there's always something to look at. So keeping the train on notch 5 seems to be keeping us at a steady 74.5 miles an hour. So, what's the first thing you're going to do when lockdown ends? So when all restrictions have been lifted, what's the first thing you're going to do? I think the first thing for me would be to go down to Subway and get a sandwich that I haven't done in about 3 months. I could just like order Subway online, that would be easier. Or like next train spotting video could be like, if I had the money I would probably do Stafford. We could do Liverpool, because I haven't been to Liverpool since the station was redeveloped. Nice. Ew, water. Yeah, I really do like how water looks in Transit. Of course, it's not as good as Super Mario Sunshine, but it's a nice water texture. I think that's like a sewage outlet. There's a bus just pulled over. Well, I guess the first thing you would realistically do is go to work. That will probably be the first thing you want to do. Project Lockerbie, which means we are fairly close to Carlisle. So we have Lockerbie, then a bit of like really bendy track, then Carlisle Kingmore Depot, and then Carlisle Citadel. Then the train will continue further south towards Preston through Shap. this is a Lockerbie. Yes, the only station in Scotland that's operated by ScotRail, but none of their services stop here. Cool. It sounds like I'm communicating in Morse code. Yeah, tonnage 4 seems to be a good power thing. So just 24.5 miles west of Carlisle. So we're nearly there. Part 1 is nearly finished. So on the map we are here in Lockerbie. There's the line towards Dumfries. They come together at Gretna Junction, near Gretna Green. There's Carlisle Kingmore Yard, Carlisle Kingmore Depot, and then there's Carlisle Citadel. So going on a bit of a downward gradient of 1 to 200. Look at all that clag just... Look at the clag just coming out of the exhaust. Why does the sun look like a torch? And why is it so white? Shouldn't it be more yellow? And why is it so big? It's apocalypse happening. Is the sun finally going to kind of consume everything in the galaxy? Because that sun is far too big. Or is it like kind of like Majora's Mask, except with the sun? God damn it. Oh, 350. Wait, how many quadrants are on that? Why does that 350 have 5 carriages? Is it meant to mimic a 307? Yeah, this is why you don't miss the driver safety device. Yeah, this is the 68. Yeah, I just forgot to reset the driver safety device, then I'll just come to a stop. Yeah, the 68 sounds like a beast. I've only ever seen 22 up close. Which one's that? Which one is 22? Is that a Transpennine one? No, yeah, 22 DRS. No, Transpennine. Fuck's sake, not again. Did you see that in Huddersfield? Would be my guess. Or Manchester, or Leeds. Okay, that's twice now. Where was 144 coming from? Was it Sheffield or Leeds? So far, 2 November 01 recording, I have overrun 2 stations. F. Yeah, can we get F in chat? Yeah, well I've forgot to reset the DST twice, so we've both done something wrong twice. It's not going well. Yeah. Yeah, this stream was going nice until Lockerbie. Then I missed the DSC once, and then I did it again. Yeah, I swear that sun is far too big. I am on time though. Yeah, luckily we don't have a schedule for this, so... 17 miles left. Should be there in no time. It was 144.23. Cool. Yeah, I bet the ride was very uncomfortable. I bet the ride was very uncomfortable. That turned off. Now it won't noise anymore. It's better than a 1980s Land Rover. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know it's a Land Rover, but I don't know the 1980s one. So yeah, we are driving 68004. It's called Rapid. Yeah, this train isn't very rapid. Well, it's now. We're just doing like 65 miles an hour. Oh, Rapidant. Rapid not, Rapidant. So 15 miles left. We should be near Gretna Junction where we cross into England. So in England, if you want to go on public transport from the 15th of June, which was last Monday, you need to wear you need to wear a face covering. You need to wear the public. So yeah, if you want to go on public transport, just make sure you wear a face covering. So something that covers your nose and the mouth. Or your nose and your mouth. So rules are different in Scotland and Wales. Just look it up. But in England, if you want to go on public transport, you have to wear a face covering. Otherwise you get fined for it. Wear an eye covering. Yeah, but then won't be able to see. Unless you wear like a gas mask. Or glasses. Hi UK Transport guy. We're just taking the 68 from Mossend to Carlisle. And we are 30 miles out of Carlisle. So not long left. I think we're near Gretna Junction. I think we are. Yeah, we've got a bit left. This is Carlisle Control Begins. And there is Quintintia Loop. 004 rapid. Even though recently it's not been very rapid because I forgot to reset the DSD. Ask club as well. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I turned it off. Yeah, there's a reason why it's turned off by default. Yeah, just stop hunting for subs. Juniper moment. Yeah, I did have a picture of a 334. I did have a picture of a 334 in it, a 334 in Edinburgh, but I've since lost it. So. Now pay a tenner. Wait, has anyone done the 334? If someone did do the 334, where would you use it? You could use it on the Glasgow Airport rail link. I don't think you could use it on the Edinburgh Glasgow. Tell me you're pathing. I've missed most of your streams, but I just made it to this one. Yeah, it's better late than never, and I nearly derailed. Yeah, there is a 380, but I think the 380 was one of the first DLCs for Train Sim. Isn't the 334 in the same family as the 460s? $30. Where are we going with this? Am I being routed through the yard? I knew the rail yesterday. Yeah, I knew the rail about 2 seconds ago. Why? What were you doing? Going too fast? I really like your channel, but mostly your Train Sim streams. Thank you. Yeah, mostly what happens in my Train Sim streams is that I drive poorly because I'm too busy looking at chat. Like, I've done at Widdens, which is where I was too busy looking at chat, I forgot to stop at Widdens Station. Then the second time that happened was on the line between Home and Windermere. $65 in 20 over points. I think it was like a 50 and a 40. Where are we diverging off to now? Yeah, Wooden still was hilarious though. Oh yeah, there was the other time we met on Keynes where my Pelino split in half. So yeah, we do a lot of really funny things in the streams. Yeah, that stupid panda was in the way. Where is he taking us? Oh. Cool. What else happened? So this is Gretna Junction, where we cross into England. So line for the right joins from Dumfries and Gretna Green, and this is the border to England. I think it was supposed to mainline its standard freight, then after it is express. Yeah, I think when I got the scenario from you yesterday, I should have extended the train and then fixed the pathing. But I didn't do that because I was too busy watching The Last of Us Part 2. Which just released on PS4. Also, I think the speed limit goes down to 20. Just crossing into here. I gotta go, but I'll watch it later. So yeah, see you later. It was nice talking to you. Goodbye, Max Sugar. Edwards goes bear. No, the DSC goes bear. AWS is normal, and then the DST just comes in. It's like surprise, and there's an emergency brake. So yeah, I think The Last of Us Part 2 is probably the last PS4 AAA title before the PS5 launches in holiday 2020. Yeah, I wonder how big the PS5 will be. I'm sure we'll get more details closer to its release. Bandwidth with paper. Yeah, that is exactly what the PS5 is. .397s are better than the 802s. I mean, 802s do look better on the exterior. 397s look weird. I haven't been on one. I haven't been on a 397, but I have been on an 802 for about 5 minutes between Victoria and Oxford Road. So 7 miles after Carlisle, I think we're being routed through Kingmore Yard. A broadband routing with paper. Yeah, they got the Xbox Series X that looks like a fridge. It looks like a mini fridge. And they got the Switch, which looks like a toaster. Same first class. So yeah, for consoles we have a toaster, we have a Wi-Fi router, and we have a mini fridge. F-box. Yeah, like, how does Microsoft name their consoles? Because you had Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and then just put a bunch of letters on the end. I mean, at least Sony is more... Sony is more like... What's the word? I don't know. Because they have PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Like, it's a much better naming system. So it might be routed through the yard. So we're taking the scenic route. So bring your speed down to 25. Yeah, it's so odd. Microsoft can't name things. Yeah, Microsoft is a lot better at naming their operating systems and not the consoles. Because you have Windows 1, 2, 3, bunch of others, 7, 8, and 10. So speed limits are 25 as we go up and over the West Coast main line for absolutely no good reason. Well, I guess it's nice. I guess it's nice to take a little bit of a detour. A very slow detour. Whose idea was it to put a nudge section on a hill? Seven 810 sounds like a River Northwest Tesco. 7810. What does that mean? What are those digits? What do they represent? But you're a Tesco run. Well, it's Tesco but not, because it's just climate rail because of licensing. This train is for Mike 27. I hate how the train just bounces back. But just keep 25 miles an hour. So 4 miles left. Tesco's is cheaper cheats. Is Tesco cheaper than everywhere else? I don't know, if I wanted to go to a supermarket, I'd just look at the nearest one to me. I wouldn't really care about price. And now we join up with the main West Coast main line again, but on the other side. Okay, let's see what he put in Kingmore. At the moment, it looks like nothing. Then, also in 2010, a radio prank was done South Africa named said Tesco's is cheaper. Sometimes I put stuff in, some I don't. Why not? Why? Why is there a discrepancy? I mean, shouldn't King Mob be full of like wagons and stuff? Some are empty, some got 37s, and some other ones have Pedalinos and Voyagers. But nowhere near here, like in Palmedy. Something like to say, I'm going to ruin your day. Oh yeah, isn't there a part of the West Coast Main Line that flooded recently between Stafford and Crewe? So we should be in Carlisle in about 10 minutes. I let the DSD go off. Got to go. Yeah, you said you were going about 10 minutes ago. So coming up in the distance is Carlisle Kingmore Depot, which is owned by DRS. Yeah, in one of the open days there was a 68 on like, was it an 88? I think it was an 88 on like lifting jacks, and just left it there for the entire open day. And there were 68s outside as well, and a bunch of 57s and 37s and 20s. So like out here you have like a Trespaner 68, you have the DRS 88 68, and then you had like a ScotRail 88, ScotRail 68. Oh, my ears. Still double yellow. Just waiting. So stop at the next signal. So I think we're cleared onto the up main is a Carlisle. So I think for next stream, if this scenario is finished, I'll probably do the bit between Carlisle and Preston. Nice. Oh. So speed limit goes down to 10 as you cross over onto the up main. I wonder what it would be like if the freighter borders were still in use. Because on the West Coast Mainland over Sharp, there's like these freighter border lines that go around Carlisle. But I think somewhere in the 90s or something happened, like an accident, and then they just decided to close down the line. So all freight must now go through Carlisle. So I wonder what it would be like if if it was repaired. It will be finished tomorrow, so you can do a vid on it, part 3, 4 and 5 if you want. What if I did all those parts in a stream? So next Thursday I could do part 2. Why is it so slow? Yeah, this train isn't very rapid. Okay, we're now on the down main. I should have used 6844. What do you mean this one? Or did you mean to type shouldn't? So anyway, Carlisle should be around the corner of the viaduct. And uphill. I'm about to go live, hopefully. Did you say you were streaming that Waterloo scenario? With a 456 and 2 455s? Yeah, it's a really good scenario. You should definitely drive it. Oh yeah, scenario creation. Yeah, hopefully the sim doesn't dump about 100 times. Like it normally does. Okay, bring the train just to a stop here. As there's a danger aspect. But it's neutral, DRA on. We are due into platform 4. Request to pass signal and danger approved. Oh yeah, the clag. It's wonderful. So yeah, this is Carlisle. This is where the stream ends. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed me taking the 68 from Mossend to Carlisle. Subscribe for more trains and content. There's a shit ton of it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Probably should be tomorrow with another pre-recorded video. So I think the next stream will be on Thursday. So about 23 hours from now. No, a week. A week from now. 156 going to Newcastle. Okay, stop. Just stop. Stop, please. Stop. And aspire to cap it off. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Change to part 2 to take the train to Preston. I will do when I have the scenario file.